afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Paul Poon. Welcome again to the lecture series by Professor Iain Bruce. Today's topic would be teaching in English. So let me give you a little background of why I asked Dr. Bruce to give this particular talk. The teaching of English in the medical college started first about 7 years ago in physiology. At that time, we were beginning, so we had a lot of very bad memories of those difficult moments. Now, I think we have overcome that stage. We have overcome the debate whether we should be teaching in English or Chinese anymore. Now, we are reaching the stage whether in what way we can make the English teaching better. So Professor Iain Bruce has a long history of teaching English to Chinese students in Hong Kong, where he has been a staff at the University of Hong Kong for 20 years or more, and then he's now teaching at Zhejiang University in Hangzhou. You may or may not know that in Zhejiang University, just across the Taiwan Strait, they are now teaching medical curriculum in English, all in English. Whereas in Qinggong University, we are doing what is probably best described as an infiltrated English program. So some courses are taught in English, like medical English, medical terminology, physiology, pathophysiology, and ophthalmology. So only a few courses are being implemented and taught in English. So, but our neighbor university in Kaohsiung Medical University is now teaching the medical curriculum, one of the medical curricula in English. So if you compare the nearby countries and regions, Taiwan is way behind. Qinggong University is probably the forerunner in teaching English in the medical science. We are probably the first one to start this program. But if you look around us, we are very much behind. So it is a part of the drive to make the medical curriculum more globalized. So, but we are still we need a lot of advice and help. And I was very grateful to Professor Iain Bruce, who over the last 10 years has been giving physiology and other faculty members here advice on how to teach English better. So today let us welcome Professor Bruce to give this particular talk. So I think Iain would give about an hour's talk, and then followed by a little break, and then some discussion afterwards for about half an hour. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. It's a great pleasure to be back here again. When I was putting this talk together this morning, I looked at my files and I see that I've already given a talk, 2 talks with almost the same title before here. So the challenge is to find something new. So the talk is in 2 parts. There's always some curiosity in Hainan about my friends in Hangzhou, and my friends in Hangzhou are also very curious about my friends in Hainan. So just for the first few slides, I want to introduce you to Zhejiang University in Hangzhou. I know several of the people here have been to Zhejiang University Medical School for their writing course we ran a few years ago. But everything has changed. You won't recognize it. So if you want to communicate with me after I've left, this is my email address, icbruce@zju.edu.cn. Just to revise, I showed you this slide 3 years ago. I had just done an Alpha Vista search using the terms teaching in English plus medicine, and teaching in English plus medicine plus Asia. And the black numbers on the left are the 2004 number of hits. I did it again a few weeks ago. 172,000 has gone to 132 million. Oh, good. Now I can show everybody my tremor. And teaching in English plus medicine plus Asia, only 2,000 hits. Now more than 3 million. Now I'm sure a lot of this is artifact. The search engines are getting better and there's a lot of repetition. But certainly indicates that the interest is increasing, continuing to increase. I always like to show this slide because it illustrates what I'm talking about. We're going through a period of tremendous change. This photograph was taken 17 years ago in the second affiliated hospital of Zhejiang University School of Medicine in Hangzhou. I am giving a talk. Only 2 people in the audience can understand anything I say. This gentleman is an elderly neurologist who was educated before the Cultural Revolution, and his English was perfect. So I would say a few sentences in English, and then he would translate into Putonghua for the audience. And who's the second person? This chap here. Do you recognize him? Dr. Paul Poon, waiting patiently for me to finish so he can get up and give his talk, but in Putonghua, not in English. I went back to the same hospital a few months ago to give a talk on writing. Everybody in the audience understood everything I said. So the changes we're going through are tremendous. Now here is Hangzhou. Here is Shanghai. So we're about 2 hours drive southwest of Shanghai. Shanghai is a mess. There are too many cars, too many buildings, too many people. It's almost exactly like Hong Kong magnified. Hangzhou is a tourist city. It depends on its income, for its income on tourists. So it's in the city's interest to be clean, have lots of plants, have clean air. So it's a good place to live. We'll zoom in a little bit now. Here is the famous West Lake in the river. And the Grand Canal starts here somewhere, I think, and heads up to Beijing. So you can see that most of the city development is on the east side. Across the river is a new Silicon Valley type town for business, and the airport is out here. You can see on the south side of the lake mountains and scenic spots, famous places. And on the west is all green. This is wetland. It's a national park, so nothing can be built there. Zoom in a little bit more. So here is the lake, and this is more typical of Hangzhou. It's misty. Very often misty in Hangzhou. So here's the lake, and on the east side of the lake is the main center of the city. Business, hotels, shopping, the tourist district. And that side of the lake has all been developed into a park. And when those of you who were visiting were there, the medical school was right here. Very convenient.